if you hit the black holes, then that game could be theirs.
Yep.
But for Nigma, they're the ones that can secure every objective early on for them.
They also have one of my favorite combinations. We have one core that's
Some Eidolons. Sure. Rather than going for Bracer, we used to see a lot of Bracer just for the HP regen, but hey, a little bit of variety as Jip at bottom.
Take a lot of damage and will probably be run down here unless he could somehow juke his way out. If he shows his way out of the trees, he's definitely dead. He gets one last disruption off, so that might actually do some more. Zibe's really juking this one nicely. The Fisher, oh, he missed his. He juked upwards. Now he's going to turn around and kill Mind Control. Oh, no way, Zibe. A big juke and a turnaround first blood kill for Charlie.
I thought 100% he was dead, and now he's going to pull off of it too.
Yeah, and you said it, they got pull off as a result. He's going to threaten another pull, which Kuro will interrupt.
Oh, Jip is getting hit pretty hard, but he's got backup, and now Kuro, he'll be fine. Charlie doesn't want to actually chase him down, because he might just TP out if he does go for any play over there, and then he wastes a lot of time.
Watch that again, Zibe. Oh, you could see he was got a Fisher, he had him. And then Zibe does manage to go up and gets hit.
Mind Control, he's got to get left, right? Kuroki's going to go check the runes, so every time he gets left, he has to walk completely away from Weehaw.
Fortunately, dissimulate. Popped at the right time, but he may not still live, especially if it was a bash. Oh, the fairy fire might have helped him live, but a bash comes through from Era.
A couple extra pulls off. It's really messed up. Nigma's want what they wanted down here, because like Kuroki's had to check bottom rune too for Weehaw because he was struggling a little bit, so they've had to move around, and it's definitely hurt Mind Control a sufficient amount. Look at Chessie, he's almost level 6 too.
Yeah,
this Venomancer is quite behind.
Does manage to get the read on Weehaw. Charge was there, so he walked underneath the ward. As a result, Exorcism is out. I can hear the ghosts going away. They're going on to Kuro right now. He's going to go ahead and throw out the Fisher, see if he can survive, but he's going to be chased down most likely. Back over to mid lane with Zeke Wagon push and Exorcism out. This is feeling like Weehaw's rotation up the top lane. I'm not sure if it was the right time for him to do something like this, because Supreme might just take this tower in its entirety.
The whole tower? He actually might. He's standing right up against it too. It's in deny range, but he has to be a little careful. So if they want to deny it, Nigma will, and they will immediately.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower
this is really good pressure coming up around the lane. Now Supreme's got, world is oyster. Pick and choose what lane he wants to go to pressure next. Likely to be that top lane.
Oh no!
Weaver. Oh no! There
Double Centaur stomps. Miracle gets the bugs out, but I feel like if I'm going anywhere in Supreme, I'm going top. But I see this stack.
Yeah. Weehaw has to Weehaw's coming up here too. This stack needs to be farmed, but Nigma does not want to give this one away.
No, they don't. The Eidolons are currently doing it right now, so they got to get aggressive. Weehaw. Oh, Centaur Stomp launches the Enigma, but the charge is going to come out, force out the Simulate. Weehaw getting aggressive. Oh, a whip there on the black hole. Chessie keeps it going. There's some sort of vain hope that somebody will walk back.
Was patient. Oh, he sat back. He at least still has his book 1 done, and still good pressure, and still really good things coming out from High Coast. Mind Control does get some space, but Charlie's already got a broadsword too. This is...
Whoa. Jeez, that was wildly aggressive there for a moment in GH.
And GH is going to pay for it.
Yeah, he certainly is. I mean, Miracle had it out. He could pop his ultimate, which he did, but I'm not sure if that move made a whole lot of sense.
Moving around on Weaver and Io and trying to just pick off these squishy supports, the Shadow Demon in particular.
Meanwhile, High Coast. I always kind of like this play whenever you've got these really annoying offlaners, these Timber Saws. Venomancer's a good example. Like, instead of fighting into them, which is kind of what they want, just letting that tower go and getting aggressive somewhere else, and this is where they can get aggressive on a Supreme. Disruption is only going to buy him a little bit of time here. The charge is going to come through. That allows Supreme to be able to get a lot of Spirit Siphons off, and that ultimate from Miracle didn't actually get him away from that. The Spirit Siphon keeps him up, and Supreme, that half health, is going to start turning things around. And Charlie, he's going for the kill onto the IO, won't be able to get him, but Weehaw, he does not have any jumps away, so Zibe is going to run him down with the poison. What a huge turn as Era comes in on the clutch timing there with the charge. Started changing his positioning, so they knew there was a ward up there. check for a second one inside of their jungle. They're going to place that one. That's going to be spotted and potentially really punished by Weehaw. He attempts to go for the kill, but Zibe, he's level 6 here. Weehaw, he's got to be careful in his aggression. He's going in deep. He's going to get purged up. The ultimate, it's going to come out soon from Era, but they do have the relocate. He's got backup. That's going to come in from Miracle. Both the supports going to die pretty fast on the side of High Coast, but Kuro's already dead. Supreme, he is strong. Can they actually help him out here? The silence is going to go down as relocate back happens, so they weren't able to focus down Charlie the way they wanted to.
This is how they need to start collapsing. They need to start causing this chaos. They can't let High Coast just sit back and get this farm. I like that they just use that relocate, force the issue, just get something on the map. They lose Kuro, but I think they have to start making these kind of moves. They can't just let Charlie do Ursa things and just get Battle Fury freely and just sit back and keep farming for the next items.
There for the team.
I love that it lets you set up and save the fast TP for your teammates. That's the biggest thing for me. It always lets the 3-second TP on the front line edge. Makes it
He's definitely going to be dying here, but GH is going to get low, ulted up by Era. They need a little bit more, but he's so fast because of the Shukuchi, as now they're looking to be able to force Charlie. Actually, he's already used his ultimate, so never mind, he's just going to die. Exorcism will clean up on Kuro. Does Supreme feel good enough to run into these three? Doesn't look like it, especially since Mike controls here as well. Doesn't actually clip him there, and he throws out the Gale, but they can try and pressure this one mid tower.
He might need something like a hood or any type of magic protection as Supreme. There's actually a ton of damage coming out from Weaver with Maelstrom, with Io. The fact that Overcharge gives you Spell Amp, it actually is an insane amount of damage that does come out as Jesse top, the relocate, catches him off guard.
Yeah, this is something that is kind of awkward. This relocate against an offlaner that likes to remain kind of static in a lane, right? Venomancer and Enigma are very similar in that regard. They want to occupy and own an area of the map, but relocate makes the game a lot harder for you.
Yeah, Chelsea's trying to relocate almost every time. Now Jibe also been out of position.
Yeah, he tried to get a very aggressive laning ward out, but sadly, that is very likely, I think, to be denied right away. Just they don't.
Nigma's all in the area though.
Once they're gonna go into their safe lane with the Venomancer, but it's concerning, right? Because the Battle Fury Ursa, from my experience, man, this hero turns into a serious late game beast.
And he's already got the items to kind of counteract versus you, but he has Basher already at this point. Miracle.
Oh, if he got a bash there, they might have been able to get the kill. Supreme pushed on the wrong side of the Fissure here. He's in an awkward space. He's still got the Eula Scepter and Spirit Siphon. He's going to pop it out to be able to dodge the Sim like Charlie takes that hit instead. He's still at the Aegis, and the Disruption is out there to be able to buy Supreme a little bit more time. Again, a charge comes through. Supreme, is he going to be able to get away? Hiding inside the trees. Spirit Siphon goes out immediately. Miracle pops that ultimate in order to break the Spirit Siphon. Still hoping to be able to chase down Supreme. But now, I know it's been from Era. A silence of Fissure, but this he's on the right side of it as he holds his ground. The Spirits come back. He heals up. Weehaw's going to go down. Another Eula Scepter, buying him a little bit more time. A silence goes out because his team help. Kuro comes in with a big echo. That's going to take out Zibe, but Charlie back into it. Almost taking the Venomancer down. Oh no, he didn't get the kill before he died. He'll come back for a second life, but Era's low on health, and with a 1 versus 4, he's going to get kited around heavily. Charlie doesn't stand a chance on his second life. He does go down. The Blink Dagger's picked up by Kuro now as Nigma finally.
I kind of like it. And then also, if like he gets situations where he bashes the Ursa, if he's fighting him straight up, right? I mean, that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but like you can see the reasons why he'd want. Like, what else do you itemize? You'd have to go for like Butterfly or Scotty, kiting him out. I can see the reasons why he could go for this.
Oh boy. Just,
my God.
I don't know, man. I find that Io Weaver is like one of the most ridiculous looks. Okay, fair enough. That's an old school Dota player thing, yeah.
Well, just like the fact that you see people go back for SNY as like a 4th item just feels so weird. But you know, it works so well with a lot of these cards. This Era, they'll just swoop right in and assassinate him on the high ground. High Coast, like you mentioned, they want to just farm these BKBs. They're sacrificing a lot of ground.
Yeah, Era was positioned to break a smoke, but you know, he did break that smoke. The problem is Nigma literally moves so fast they're able to catch more people all the time as they're able to get Zibe on top of that. Fortunately, all the cores do.
And they get the scan too, the successful scan up on top on Chessie. You should be careful.
Forward. Chesty.
He's gonna get relocated on.
No, yeah. Oh, he's gonna go for the black hole right away with the midnight pulse. Oh, thank goodness Weeha's here. That could have been disastrous. I'm surprised he didn't go for the TP out right away. Oh, never mind. There's Yules on mind control. I forgot.
Very quickly.
GH are gonna go and try and get a fast kill onto him. The Weaver's here joining out, but Era's gonna be able to pick up that Invis rune. Might need a little bit more damage to finish off GH. He's burning, but meanwhile Supreme has been left behind. The Yule Scepter's right before the Fissure, but he's surrounded. He's gonna pop his BKB. Spirit Siphon on out. He's healing a lot. GH is still alive, but Era's still trying to track him down. Can he actually get him? Curl jumps in and bails out GH with a big enchant totem hit to stall up Era. GH is just too strong, apparently. He's just a little bit too tanky every time.
Cap, they used Exorcism, and now they have to run away from the fight. They also used
Oh my god.
Nigma's just gonna run away with the next 2 minutes or so. They're just gonna keep running at them. Don't let them get any space. They've got no damage. They've got no team fight. And they just, like, Kuroki just ruined them with a fissure about the whole thing that they wanted to, and they got forced into a fight maybe that they didn't want, because they were, like, Ursa's Bastion was flying out on the courier as that whole fight happened.
All right, nice kill.
Okay.
Weeha.
Not bad.
Not sure how he initially got caught there, but
Nigma to play around that one with relocates and soon having the Abyssal Blade on the Weaver. Doesn't look like it's going to be easy for High Coast.
every Ursa lineup needs its Roshan. Nigmas, they're currently trying to take that Roshan away. His mind control just kind of jumps in, drops the ultimate immediately. In these last few seconds of Rosh, they're looking to be able to take it and keep them out of the pit. High Coast going in. They managed to get BH's punch. This would be essentially bad team fight. BKB, Black Hole going out, only catching one ball. Oh, Miracle got bumped into it by Era. He pops his ultimate, but he was already low. He's going to have to fight through on a second life, Charlie. His BKB is wearing out soon as the jump in from Weehop relocate out over to the side. They actually go away. They're going back in because they know Charlie doesn't have his BKB anymore. The exorcism though, they're stunned up. It's doing so much damage. Miracle had the cheese though. He pops that immediately. He's going to get bumped back by, they relocate back over to the other side of the pit. And they're going to be back in the fight soon, but they may not even need him. Simeon's going to go for a last second disruption and TP out, but that is denied by Weehop. Gets the old Scepter on him. Turned back out of the Supreme, but obviously his exorcism is gone. No more damage left in the tank, and Nigma, they take the Roshan, they win the fight.
They have to use
100 to 0, right? They're very committed. A big black hole, but it's Nigma right down the team fight. The longer it goes, more likely they are to win it. A bit of blade going out. Oh, but the Weaver is overwhelmed as the enraged Charlie just shakes off that disable. He doesn't chase for more, though. They still give enough respect to Nigma on this high ground that they even, in a 4 versus 4 with no Weaver, they Charlie to actually show himself, and to show himself he does. They start off lead up, he's gonna get them stable on and throw every single disable they have in the book right at Charlie to make sure no chance at BKB, no chance at the enrage.
And that's 70 seconds. That was a good read by them. They had the catapult wave pushing in. They knew that all of High Coast was set up top. They just waited for that perfect swing. And now look at the damage. Era just gets completely eviscerated by Miracle's DD. And now to the high ground. He's got the Orb of Destruction, so they're going to push at a pretty fast pace with this DD too.
High Coast, how do you defend this? Are you going to give up the lane entirely? Are you going to half defend and poke?
They used the demonic burst there on the Weaver, but it's a Weaver. He doesn't care. Mind control just jumps in, gets that poison over on all 3 of the heroes here.
They're still hoping to be able to defend it, seems, but if they have to defend like this, if they lose some of their heroes, BKB going to be forced to use by Chesty. Kind of needs that, but he can't do anything now. Now, yeah, as you said, with BKB down, there's no hope of getting a black hole with the Ursa's up.
No, they're just gonna have to let this one go. Gotta be careful not to lose anybody too. Nigma's gonna back away, get this big advantage. 11K. Waker, your teammate, he just flies out of it in the funniest way possible.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen 2 Wind Wakers. I got to see one yesterday, only for a couple of seconds.
She's been silent. Abyssal Blade back to be able to stop the Ursa. Now to follow up the stables. Now he's going to pop his ultimate, but he's already been charged. Now the black hole on as well. He jumps right in, headlong into the darkness. And now GH, he's going to be pulled back in by a relocate. Nigma, a fatal error there perhaps. They're going to lose 3.
That was maybe a little bit of an awkward time lapse, putting.
Oh no! Wait!
Right into it. Did he actually just get out?
GH just got out. Kuro He's got his blink up. Oh,
No way.
No way. Our bow support's gonna get out of this. All right, he's been charged. See if he can hit on my second, my
Dire's
second
Charlie.
turret has been killed.
Uh-oh. Charlie in trouble? What is Charlie doing down here? He's got his BKB. He's gonna have to use it soon as he pops the enrage first. And now he's just dead. Why though?
I'm sensing.
And my control just dances on him with
Throw it away.
Yeah, and I mean, now they don't have, they don't have Black Hole for 50 seconds or Exorcism. So Nigma, with that kill, they effectively are playing only versus like 3 heroes. They can just go hard, jump onto anybody they see, and just take out these buildings. Icos has to be very careful these next 50 seconds not to give up too much.
Yeah, Sibe, he's going to be forced to buy buyback here. Spots the ward high ground, but it does get him killed in the process. They can slow this down. 35 seconds. Melee Necronomicon unit going down. Supreme. He's got to be careful these chain disables. Weehan's going to be forced to use another astral step there because he's Fisher block.
Look at all the buffs on Miracle that they're putting on him. Just hold him, crest the bull with
Supreme. Okay, they're going to bump him back, and they got to be careful with this burst damage there. That was a lot, especially thanks to the Soul Catcher adding a big burst of damage. Can't actually bring him down.
at the catch. They've got a ward too, actually in good position, watching Weehaw and Kuroki.
All eyes on Jesse here, seeing if they can get the right kind of initiation. They've already laid up perfectly. Pick off onto Kuro. That team fighter's down now. Silence to be able to follow him onto the Weaver. He's immediately being stunned up here. I think that was the Wind Waker used on him. Miracle's going to be backing away, but now that means they're hoping to be able to lay out the black hole. And here comes GH. He goes in for a positional reload. He'll save here, but the black hole's fighting the two of them. Buyback on the Earthshaker, but there's no buyback on our Weaver or our IO. High Coast. They can take this and build for more now as they're unable to get Weehaw, but they can go into the Roshan pit if they wish.
Nigma didn't, they were just under complete visibility. They're picking it out right now too. Like Weehaw's like pinging that ward, but he actually walks right back into it.
Yeah, he throws out the Void Remnant. That doesn't stop Era for long thanks to the Bulldoze. He shrugs off that disable. The ward is still there.
Wait, Weehaw was pinging that ward though. Like I know there's a ward here. He walked up and just gave his life for it. That ward just literally won them that entire situation.
Oh my control, the Echo Slam! A wombo combo from Nigma with 2 heroes. They are hoping this is enough to get High Coast out of the damn pit. With a buyback coming in from Weehaw, High Coast, they're going to be limping away here. Supreme is going to be forced to use his BKB. He's going to go for a TP out. High Coast have to reset. Now, Roshan's not low enough that Weehaw can do it by himself, I think.
They got 10 seconds or so left on Weaver. No, he can't take this out by himself. It's going to take way too long. They're going to be able to swing back over. Ursa even buys Blink. They're booking it.
They're going to run back in, but the Weaver's going to be up in time. They also have the relocate coming in from the IO. They're immediately going to try and rush this. Was this the play? Can they get this in time? The Roshan's falling fast. Oh, Shiva's going to go in, but they can't actually stop it. Everything's going to be picked up on the ground. Supreme with no BKB. He's got to play it careful here. Nigma start backing themselves away. A charge in from Era. It's Charlie who runs on in and takes the Void Remnant, but he will manage to catch up with Weehaw here. Thanks to the Abyssal Plate. The follow-up bump in there from Era. He's going to be able to get him killed. And GH just used his tether as well, so he can't tether himself to Miracle. But High Coast, respect the fact that Nigma, they got a cheese.
But their ults are about to come back up on High Coast.
Yeah, as you say, with the Venomancer dead, and then he's got Spider Legs on top of it, his mobility, there's such a massive difference. They're going to try to burn down the screen, but he's got a first BKB in the black hole. He managed to get the Weaver, holding out is being addressed. Io, GH managed to get off the cheese, and the Weaver's not dead yet. He managed to get off the timeline. Goes to himself away as GH does the same with the tether. Now the ultimate comes out for the Venomancer. And they're focusing down this dead rub. The Spirit Type is keeping alive with the Old Scepter as well. He's healing up so damn much. Weehaw, double in, refresher, back and forth with the Astral Step. Going on to the Ursa. Ursa almost dead. He pops in range, tries to go for a DP out, denied by the Old Scepter. You're not going anywhere, Big Fat Bear. As he turns around, goes for the guy who does manage to get him killed before he finally falls. Era, TP away. Do they have it disabled? They do. They've got the Void Remnant. They snap him out of his place. High Coast, they do not manage to win that team fight. These fights are playing with it. See, maybe
we'll see.
Grabs a bunch of and shoves them in his.
Yeah, something like that. He's gonna need it. He doesn't have the mana. You want to ideally get at least like one of the midnight pulses off too. If he midnight pulses, he doesn't have mana for double once he gets that refresher.
Supreme, they're gonna lead off on him. Just poking, seeing if Supreme or anybody from High Coast can be pulled out of position. Miracle, he's gonna be spotted here. He does have double damage. He's a silence and an abyssal blade. The Weaver's dead.
Nice stuff from Era, controlling the backline. He kept chasing Nigma's. They're gonna get this one.
Yeah.
They're gonna get it for free.
That's an negative stepper and a refresher shard. So, who gets the Ags? I think that was the maybe the IO. He's
Yeah, IO cheese. I don't know. GH is still deciding. He's flying the courier around. Looks like he's trying to set it to mind control, but
whoa! They do that into burst that mind control, but he gets a buyback immediately. A charge through, bumps to a black hole being used immediately onto the Weaver. Can they burst him down fast enough? But he does have the edges. They get the relocate out. Miracle's away to safety, and you do. They want to re-engage. They want to be able to catch High Coast. As the gem's going to be left behind here. Refresher going to be popped. This is why Nigma need to respect that they choose to re-engage here. Got to respect that second black hole.
Such a nice reset, though, right? That black hole and exorcism was expended, so exorcism's still pretty important here for Supreme. He's actually about to hit 20. Refresher shard is on Weehaw still last time.
Jumping in, immediately get the jump on Weehaw. Weehaw is dead. Mr. Blade into the balances. They just cannot handle this fast damage. It's now Miracle. He's going to stand strong for a moment against Supreme, but realizing for his better judgment, he's got to get out of here.
Radiant's middle tower is
Again, this vision is just, it's really crippling these mobility heroes on the side of Nigma. The instant disables are just too much for them when they're under vision. They are pretty obnoxious, so.
Era. That hit does a lot of damage. He's gonna re-get his ultimate off thanks to the bulldoze, making that disable not last very long. Should be able to keep the chains done pretty easily. Now, with Charlie here, Miracle's got to be a little bit careful. He's hoping to be able to kill that Spirit Breaker. He does pop his ultimate, turn around, pops it real quickly, but now he's been silent.
Charlie's being slowed up.
Yeah, he's dealing with this Venomancer. You said this is a hard game for Charlie to be able to play. The Venomancer's allowed to be in his face constantly. They do manage to get the scythe onto Miracle, but he quickly shrugs it off and is able to get his Shikuchi away. This is slowing things down incredibly. The Wind Waker away goes Mind Control. It's Miracle looks to be able to chase him down again. BKB activated, TP out. Chessie, no! The Abyssal Blade from Miracle catches him on the last half second here. Now Supreme, he's going to be run down as well. He's got the gem too, so he should be able to pick that one up, even if it takes a little bit. He's trying to drop the gem.
Door's now forcing the buybacks.
One buyback out. They're going to wait for the Spirit Breaker to catch people before the Nigma buys back and see if they can get it, but GH, he barely lives. One more swipe, but he gets the cheese off first. Supreme, he charges forward with the Shivas, was hoping to be able to catch somebody. They just used 3 buybacks. They needed a successful fight for that, and they don't get it.
It's just so hard for Charlie to do anything in the fight. It's just Scotty slow, Veno poison sting. It's just tight central for this Ursa. Now he gets on top of Miracle.
Is that the first life? No, he gets off the time lapse and zoom away. Era, zoom on after him, goes for GH and realizes that's a bit too far out.
Charlie's gone for Heart next too. Okay.
Charlie.
So no boots. He does have some Satanic. It is. So he's gonna have more survivability on the Sweeper now.
Places that true second life with a pseudo second life. But
they're
High Coast, they see an opportunity to be able to pick off GH. And Mike just got him. Side device goes out. The Aeon Disc immediately defensively, but it takes off the disable thanks to the status resistance. And Charlie, he just got bashed up. Now he's going to be Echo Slam, but he managed to get the enrage off. He's going to start focusing on a Miracle on the side. They're going to be able to catch Weehaw here with the first black hole. He's already dead. Weeha's going to go for the buyback. This is a must-win engagement. Nigma, they can close out this game now as Era turns down, goes to the charge, but he's caught. The Fisher pulls him down into the grave as Supreme running away with the exorcism. They got to be careful of Chessie, though. He doesn't have the mana for a second black hole, but maybe he does now. Losing black hole a second too late. Doesn't catch Miracle. And now Chessie, he's going to be ripped apart by Miracle. All that damage going out, but they might be able to kill GH. They do. 2 minutes on the clock for 1, but GH, he's able to buy back immediately. Come to this fight. No, it's just too much. They know Supreme cannot hold this any longer. Not with Charlie dead. Not